Aries, how you doing? So the camera is slightly different because it's really hot in the UK at the moment, and I really do not feel like being on camera. So we just changed it up for a while. How you doing, Aries? So we're looking at your last 48 hours, and then the next 48 hours, and then I'll tell you about your weekly reading that will come up after that. Okay, so show me what's been going on with Aries within the last 48 hours, please. Because this will tell me change, how someone's mood or how your situation has been changing. So show me the last 48 hours for Aries. Last 48 hours for Aries. So you got Seven of Cups, eyes wide shut, not prepared to see, not prepared to talk. Also, some of you have just been trying to make a decision and you've had multiple options and you've actually chosen one, or you're realizing that there isn't an option. The option has physically been taken off the table. Okay, there is no option on the table. Okay, but it could be to do with a Gemini or a Capricorn. Okay, there could be someone that's been playing smoke and mirrors. Okay, and you're just kind of like, to be honest with you, I don't even see you as an option of me speaking to you. For a lot of you, though, you've probably been deciding on work, finances, and money. What are we kind of picking up here? I'm not prepared to see the truth. I'm not prepared to listen to the truth. You've got a stubborn energy somewhere around you of someone that's not prepared to see things any differently. Okay, I don't see there being any change. Okay, I don't see there being any spare money. Oh, don't forget, if this doesn't relate to you, okay, you can watch it as an Aries, a Scorpio, or a Life Path 4, okay, because we look at the number that's on top of a card. Tells you all about it on the teaching tier I've got on Patreon. Okay, so if it doesn't relate to you, it might be because it's relating to one of those signs or that number. But I'm hearing for a lot of you that I'm not prepared to see you any longer, okay, because you don't change, okay. Let's see. Aries, what's been going on with Aries for the last 48 hours. So you got the Fool. So it feels like for a lot of you, you've made a decision to actually go somewhere. Now, if you're planning on a vacation, okay, or another vacation, it feels like that you've made the choice. Like you've been searching through places that you could go on a holiday, or you could go for a walk, or wherever it is, but it feels like that a lot of you have you're either on vacation or planning to go on a vacation here, and you've already picked out what you're going to do. So within the last 48 hours, a lot of you have been deciding, maybe because it's hot, that you would like to go somewhere and probably have a break away, like a weekend or a week away, okay, and that you're looking into like booking, or your partner is. Booking.com is what I'm hearing, or booking some time off work. Okay, booking time off work, and I'm just waiting to get word to say what days do I have free off work. So I've got to speak to my boss. As soon as they let me know that I've booked it, we can then actually plan a vacation and say, okay, we can go on this month, this week, next week, or whenever it is. But I think that for a lot of you, you have been deciding on where to go for your vacation. Or on your next vacation, okay? But it's also, what I'm hearing is, I'm looking for some time like off, okay? Like someone's planning time off, and then we're looking to go somewhere when we both have some time off work, if you're in a relationship here, okay? Let's see, Aries, what's been going on with Aries for the last 48 hours, please? So the Queen of Swords, so dethrone, throwing caution to the wind, and let's just do it, okay? Let's not think about it, and let's just go and just throw caution to the wind. For a lot of you, there's this very concerned mother, again, energy that's still coming through here. I'm very concerned about my children when they're not here. Okay, but all of those messages have been coming from a Life Path 4 perspective, okay? What has been going on here? How is this relating to your love life? Because I'm not really picking your love life up as a major concern here. I just pick up that majority of you possibly are in relationships. You've just been deciding what to do about where to go on a vacation. Aries, what's been going on the last 48 hours for Aries? So there you go. There's the 4. So that's yourselves, Scorpio, or Life Path 4. If you don't know why, it's because the number on the top, Aries, is a 4. Okay, so is a Scorpio. So it can relate to a Life Path 4 perspective. And like I said, it's coming through as the same message as majority of them. This is probably why I'm going to get the blame. someone's mother is a Scorpio or a life path 4, and there's this energy of being very concerned about where my children are, where they're going, when they're not going, or I'm just here on my own, okay? And you could have like a paradox, say you're Aries Scorpio, or you're a Scorpio Aries, and your parent is a Scorpio Aries, or your ex is a Scorpio Aries person, okay? Which would mean a 4, or they have it in their chart, okay? But majority of you here, what I'm picking up is that there's a, how can I put this? The reason why I'm getting confused is because I'm picking this up as you and the parenting situation that's going on around a mother or grandmother here. Okay, we've made our choice of where we're going on a vacation, but we need to tell the mother, or we need to tell the grandmother that we're going away. Okay, is she going to be all right when we're not here? Okay, if the mother or the grandparent has the same placement of 4, that's why this is coming through as that person as well, okay, as well as you guys, okay. That's where my signal's kind of getting crossed here, because someone is spending a lot of time basically just looking after their children, which is the 6 of Pentacles, okay, but it's also breadcrumbing someone, which means I'm probably not giving you as much attention. It's kind of like saving up money, something that's coming through as saving up money. That's a difficult one to read, that. Okay, let's find out a little bit more. What's this 7 of Cups been about? What has this 7 of Cups been about in the last 48 hours? The Lovers, a Gemini. So, frivolous, or just like, I don't know, I've been deciding. Okay, I don't know what the person's been deciding, because it feels like an option isn't there. Like, you know, I don't want to see you. Like, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to see you. The Lovers. A Magician, trying their best in order to manifest a break in life. I need a break, I need a rest. Man, this is coming across as a very crap reading. It's because I'm sweating, y'all can't see me. I'm dying to put this goddamn air conditioner on. What is the 6 of Pentacles? 2 of Pentacles. I'm picking up this very confused reading between parenting and you guys actually being you, right? Everything is up in the air. What's the Fool? 7 of Wands. It's like this feeling downtrodden. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. Like, I'm kind of like begging for forgiveness. Like, internally, I just wish I could be forgiven. Okay? Let it all be forgiven. Like, I wish I could be forgiven. I wish you'd forgive me. I wish you would speak to me. I wish you would talk to me. I mean, is it an Aquarian energy? What's the Queen of Swords here for? It's not giving me too many indications, yeah. It's because what I'm picking up, why it's so confusing, Aries, I'm sorry, but what it feels like is this energy where this is you, and this is like an ex, but the soulmate or the mother is the same placement, Scorpio, Aries, okay, and they're coming up in this reading as well as what it be you, and because I can kind of pick up them and you, and there's this energy of someone that's begging for forgiveness for a person that will not speak to them. Now, if they're not physically, because there's no verbal, it doesn't feel as if there's any verbal communication, it's just an energy that's present, that it's more of an unnerving energy, that you're too undecisive. It's either yes or it's no, or you're constantly changing your mind like a Jekyll and Hyde. Jackie, maybe, I don't know, you got 6 and 6, you got Gemini energy, Capricorn possible, but you're always changing your mind, or you can never make up your mind. 1 minute it's this, the next minute and that, or it's a personality disorder. Someone that is very like loving at 1 minute, and then the next minute they're very not, they're very quick to judge, they get cut off, they don't speak to you, you don't speak to them because of the Jekyll and Hyde energy, meaning that 1 moment you're very loving and you're very caring, and 1 minute you need me for something, and then the next minute something's fucking happened. You've cut me off, you've cut me out, you're not prepared to speak to me, or I'm not speaking to you because of the amount of dilly-dallying and yes and no and but and if but no but kind of yes sort of no maybe, well I don't know, kind of, and then you kind of like, you get very confused around this person, where around their personality, that it's very loving and then it's very dynamic, and it's so dynamic and it's so smothering around the energy of 4, okay, that I don't know whether I'm speaking to you or whether I'm not speaking to you, and then we are, then we're not. And it's like a very coexistent way of being around parenting energy here. Okay, and it might be where you don't see this person very often at all, and you spend the majority of your time, or the parent does, just on their own looking after the kids, or the kids don't need looking after, and this is like a housewife that's like bored and frustrated because my kids are no longer here. And because they're no longer here, I have nothing else to be concerned about. Like, I'm more concerned about other people than I am myself. I don't have anything going for myself. I just constantly focus on other people all the time. When it comes to me thinking about me, I don't like thinking, because if I do, I start bringing up all past stuff, and I'd rather not. I'd rather just avoid everything. So I'd rather concentrate on you, right? And it can be too much of a forced energy of constantly concentrating on someone all the time. Definitely if they don't want it. If they close down physically and emotionally and they don't want it, it's kind of like, keep focusing on me all of the time. Why can you not get something going yourself? Why are you always about me? Me. Why do you always do that? Why can't you just do something yourself without me? Why can't you do it? And it's a little bit like, and I've heard this multiple times, where women, but women think that men can fix anything. Like, well, you're a man. You know how to, like, build an aeroplane, surely. You know how to fix a door. You know how to, like, do groundwork and footings and electricity because you're a man. And you're like, no. How the fuck do I know anything about that? I'm a bookkeeper. I'm a tax attorney. How the hell am I supposed to know how to do woodwork when I basically talk to dead people? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that isn't my profession. What makes you think that I'm good at that? Because that's not what I do. I don't do that. So it's kind of like this coexisting way of someone wanting someone to do things that they can't do. Right? Like pull a rabbit out their arse or something, or Abbott or Abbott. Okay? And like, we don't speak, we don't talk, we can't drink, we can't smoke. What can we do? We can't go here. We can't go there. It also feels like this vacation here as well. I'll tell you what's the most difficult part. If you're on a diet like myself, right, and you go on vacation, or you go out for the day, or you go out for the weekend, what is it that you normally do when you get there? Eat. You eat. More than likely is that you go out for dinner, tea, dessert, whatever it is that you go for. You travel, you stop off at a whatever, a restaurant, whatever it is, and buy burgers and whatever. When you're on a diet, you can't do that. So normally when it comes to vacation, you're like, well, where can we go on vacation? Like, well, I'm on a diet, so we're not going to be able to eat anything. Okay, so what we're going to be able to do? Well, we can go for a walk if you want, but we're not going to be able to like go to nice swanky restaurants. And like, you're on a diet and you're like, well, that's going to break my diet. You're like, fuck it, you know what, let's just give up, fuck the diet, let's just go away and let's just kind of do that. It really does. I don't know why I'm picking that. Well, I have areas in my chart, and that's how I am. Here, you're right. I am. How you doing? The death card. The death card. So it could be a mother. Like I said, it's a Jekyll and Hyde energy. It's very high vibration Sagittarian energy. 1 minute, but then I've lost my temper and lost my shit, and then I go to like a Scorpio or a Life Path 4 energy. If this person is, say, Sagittarius, and they're like a Life Path 4, or they have Scorpio placements, or like, I don't know, could be Aries and Life Path 4, but it's kind of like very fiery, and then very smothering energy, right? So it's kind of like siblings can be very quiet, very reserved. They're not saying much. They're not doing much because of the contrast of the card. It's very private. I don't want to speak to you. This does not concern you. Don't stick your nose into my private life. Don't ask personal questions. Don't ask where I'm going, what I'm doing, who I'm seeing, my boyfriend or my girlfriend. Don't get involved in my personal affairs. Don't get involved in my money, my finances, who I'm seeing when I'm not. It's kind of like this, where someone does not want the attention that the person wants the attention from, because they probably, because of the amount of information that's gathered through this, is that they gather loads of info and they constantly want to ask you questions that do not need to be asked. So they may not have a filter and they just suddenly come out with something like, man, that is so fucking embarrassing. I can't believe you just embarrassed me. And you're in front of this person. It could be like a mother where suddenly they start to like, I don't know, diss their child or something, or say, oh, my kid's not doing this, or my kid doesn't do that, or my child doesn't do this. And it's it's really what I'm picking up here. Okay. Cool. That's a difficult one to read. I think everybody's probably clicked off by now. So show me the next 48 hours for Aries. What's going on with the next 48 hours with Aries? So you got the Knight of Swords in reverse, you got the Star, and you got the Knight of Pentacles. Oh dear. What can the matter be? Well, you're not speaking, or someone's too violent. Too violent. This is waiting for a message that never comes. This is waiting for someone to just have one of their funny turns, like Pink Floyd. I'm having one of my funny turns. You know, it's like, well, that's not very funny, you know. So someone cracks jokes and they're not very funny. Or like, again, it's monotonous, it's boring, it's not going anywhere. It's kind of like just dull. Okay, Dull Ache, or Dull Ache District, or Da Peak District, or Dull Ache. I have a very dull ache. Well, hopefully that's not cancer. Okay. So in the next 24 hours, you are not more than likely going to be speaking to this person. Not, if I say not, could be a Life Path 3 or a Piscean. Okay. Yeah, not. Because it's just a hopeful energy. Someone just lives in hope. Well, hopefully one day we'll speak. Hopefully you'll start coming around to the idea of us doing it. Hopefully this, hopefully that. Like, I'm hopelessly devoted. Could be a Virgo energy. Let's see. Ooh, that should be in that one. The next 48 hours for Aries. So should that. What on earth is going on? Next 48 hours for Aries. I've messed this reading up big time. Queen of Cups and the Magician. So for some of you, it's all to do with family. I keep getting really confused and mixed up around this reading, Aries. I'm sorry. But I keep picking up that it's more to do with my children's relationship that I have with them. And it's more to do with the ex and the family that are in relationships. Because there's an energy of children more than likely, like, not speaking to one of them, but speaking to the other one that also doesn't really say much either. Okay, and it's a very slow energy. There's one that I'm not speaking to at all. Now, you could have options here. Okay, or someone could as a love interest, and I have one option and that isn't going anywhere because we're not speaking. I've got another option, but that's kind of still not going anywhere because we may be, but it's not the person I want. So I don't really want anyone. And it feels like I don't want anyone around me at the moment. I want to be left alone, and I'm trying to avoid people. Welcome to my life. That's a very good way of being. Avoid people all the time. Okay. There is like this avoiding friends, avoiding people, avoiding going out. If you're in a relationship, basically just where it's just me and my kid, or it's just me and my relationship, and we avoid friends and we avoid people and we like things private. We don't want people to know about our love life. We don't want people to know about things that we're doing. We don't like to highlight it in front of family and people. We don't like to spend too much time around them. Okay, because there is a love life here within the next 24 hours, which 48 hours, which pretty much means that you are already in one, which means that this side here is coming through like an ex or a family member that you're not speaking to, or you don't get on very well at all. Okay, and they interfere into this side, which is the relationship that is present, and it is here. But it's just a very slow start with a mothering energy where we don't speak, we don't talk. If you are in a relationship, it's basically just you're just spending a lot of time with one another, going steady with one another. Okay. Let's find out what this King of Swords in reverse is. King of Swords in reverse is a King of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. Yeah, there's King and the Queen energy here. There is a couple Pentacles and Cups, but again, there is a couple here, man. I just need to get rid of this reading. Sorry, Aries, this is so crap. I just can't read it. There's a relationship here. It's basically all to do with around families, interfering with exes, and mothers interfering into children's lives, maybe. If it's wanted, it's wanted. If it isn't, it isn't. There's a relationship here and a couple that are here. But it is so hot, I can't concentrate. Aries, there's very rarely watch the readings anyway. I've done it again, haven't I? Yeah, so sorry, Aries, but I'm not starting it again. If you would like your proper reading, where I can properly think, I'm going to do it over on Patreon. If you're over on Patreon or you want to join, you can. It's the full access bundle only. It's weeklies and monthlies. I'm going to do the Rider-Waite deck, do you a full week, clarify them, and also use In the Shadows and Possible Hidden Truth, depending on what messages come through, that will tell you messages from your partner of what they're thinking and what they're feeling and what their true intentions are. And if they're basically saying, I want nothing to do with you, I'm not concerning about speaking to you or talking to you, that'll give you those sort of messages, and then we clarify them with the Rider-Waite as well. Okay, that is what you'll get on the full access bundle. That will be your weekly. Thank you so much for sticking in there, but you can't see, but the sweat is dripping off me at the moment. So I will see you next time over on Patreon. All of the links are provided below for the full access bundle.